Wanderers, how are you doing? It's Thursday again and we are having these 30 minutes or so to chat, to share, to wonder about life stuff. What are you, how are you guys doing? What's going on in your lives? What are your life stories so far going, and what are the topics, the subjects, the situations you are facing nowadays where you would like to have an input, where you would like a life coach comment, advice, point of view. Just let me know. You know, you can access the application J'adore Montréal, which is downloadable for free, and it's available for iOS and Android. And you don't only have access to my chat, it's also you have access to all the events happening in Montreal as we are talking. There are literally hundreds of events happening every single day, and of course you want to learn about them because there are so many new events for families, for kids, for you know, cultural, entertainment, knowledge, everything. So you wanna download the application for that, to access anything happening in Montreal. We have the latest news, the weather, the traffic conditions, the public transport information, anything happening in Montreal, all in one single spot, and it's J'adore Montréal, the application. Go download it, and you can access there directly the TV show online. We are transmitting every Thursday, and we can chat from there. Okay, I know that you might be watching this through Facebook, but this is just temporarily because we are letting you know that we have the better way, which is J'adore Montréal application. I cannot read your comments though through Facebook because we are broadcasting to different platforms, to different pages, and I cannot go to all of them. But if you go directly to J'adore Montréal, the application, you access TV, or as you open the application, you will see there the video, hit on play, and you have access to the video live, and you have the messenger icon there for us to start chatting. I am able to see your messages here. So as we talk, I'll be checking your messages, and I'll be able to reply right away, answer your questions, or you have any comments, I will be able to read them out loud and know what you are thinking. And what else? Well, it's been a couple of weeks since the last video, and I have this other subject about life. How can we learn to navigate life in a smooth way, in a joyful way? There are so many tactics, strategies, topics that might help you to do that. I'm bringing you the ones that I think are like really helpful, the ones I've been experiencing myself, and the ones that I feel that were the most helpful for me to understand in order to practically live my life, enjoy what I'm doing, and really get to know myself better so that I can cope better with whatever is happening out there. Today, I want to talk to you about the truth. What it really is, the truth, because we know there's one truth, our truth usually, right? The truth for things, it's really for some of those topics, happening in your life, and the situations going in your life. Let's say if we focus on those, you have your own truth, you have your version of the story, you have your perspective, because you are the one seeing it from that role. Let's say if you are interacting with other people, if you are interacting with different people around you, each of them will have their own truth, right? Because each of them have a different perspective. They are experiencing the same situation from different angles, and based on their beliefs, their ideas of what's happening, their judgments, how everything is unfolding in a correct way or not, if this is good or bad, I mean, or if you think this is something positive or an opportunity or an issue, it all depends on the perspective that you are bringing to that one situation, to that experience itself. So it is difficult if we wanna bring our truth to others. Sometimes we have all these arguments, all this conflict with other people, because we are trying to make them see things the way we see stuff, right? We are trying to make them see our truth as it would be the truth and the almost truth, like the only one and the one that contemplates every angle, but it's not the case. So I want to bring this topic to you because it's important that we gain this perspective, a larger perspective, bigger picture of what's happening. When you acknowledge that there are different perspectives, therefore different truths or parts of it, then you will have a better reason, a better motive to stop arguing or stop really wanting to make other people see the truth, your truth. You will see that there's no point actually in trying to convince other people of your truth or whatever they cannot see, because it's not in their minds, in their worlds, and they cannot really share your ideas or whatever you experience is not what they experience. So if we get to understand that there are as many truths as people in the situation, as heads, we usually hear that sentence, is the phrase that says that every head it's a different world, and it is, because we are all experiencing situations in our own way, right? So if you get to see that, there's no point in really trying to convince other people about your perspectives, or what you are getting to see, then you also let the load about arguing, about convincing, about forcing, about making something happen. You let go also the expectation, expecting everybody to think the same way that you do, expecting others to see your points the way you see them, or to give them the same priority, the same degree of importance. Then that for you will bring peace. You will make peace with the idea of being the one holding that perspective, because that's the one that it's working for you, because that's the one that you get to see clearly from where you are, based on your life experience, and also based on what you are really looking for, right? Because depending on your objectives and what you're trying to learn from that experience, why is that you are in that experience, that also shapes the truth that you get to see. So depending on many factors, it's that each of us get to see the truth in a situation. If you address that there are as many truths as people are, then you can make peace with the idea of, okay, I can expose and explain what my truth, my perception. If somebody else agrees, if they understand me and they say, oh, okay, that is a new idea, that's so positive, you are bringing me light, you are expanding my perspectives, that's helpful, that's great. And we keep doing that, we keep sharing our points of view. But we stop forcing others, or we stop thinking that they are wrong and feeling pity sometimes, or feeling bad because they only get to see that perspective. They get to see that perspective because that's the one that works for them, given their life experience and given what they are going through life, and given also their personal purposes, what they really want to see. There's people that you can put there all the proofs, all the statistics, the information, all the knowledge that explains something, and they will still keep thinking, no, that's not the truth. My truth is the truth, and regardless of the information you are bringing to me, whatever you present to me, I want to keep thinking that way. I disregard all that information, and then there's nothing to do. So let them keep the ideas that they want to have, because they are gaining something out of it. So there's no point in forcing anything, and that's my point in bringing this subject to you. If you get to see that, then you also relax a little bit more on regards to your own perspectives and the perspectives of other people around you. Okay, I remind you now that if you wanna chat with me, you have any comments, questions on this regards, if you're experiencing something and then you wanna share your experience, your situation on this regards, please do so by commenting on the chat box throughout the application. It's available for free for Android and iOS. So you just have to go to the store and download it as soon as you start the application. You'll see the video there and the chat room, and I can read you here. Let me quickly. Okay, okay, so if there's no questions so far, we keep going. And yeah, so my point also in bringing you this subject is also making a reflection on what your truth is. Why are you whether you are defending or seeing only your perspective from your mind, or you are also taking into consideration your emotional truth. Because we might have this, dissonance sometimes. We think one thing about one perspective we have in our mind, and we feel otherwise. And that dissonance might be frustrating sometimes because you feel something that isn't really going with what you are thinking. And if you keep just defending or basing your actions, your decisions, and everything that you are taking in life, the way you are perceiving life, the way you are going through life, just based on your truth from the mind, chances are that you are really not being authentic to what you are really feeling. You are not really honoring your personal truth, and that's the most important thing, because our mental truths tend to come from the information we gather from outside. Everything that has been taught to us in school, in society, at home, by in our families, everywhere we go, we are learning, we are absorbing information, and that kind of shapes the truth that we keep in our minds. It's the belief system that we have. Those are the ideas that are really creating our reality. So if you get to see that in your city, there's no really violence, or there's no anything really dangerous out there, your truth will be somehow perceiving the world as a safe place. You think you are safe, and that's your truth. If you would be seeing all this violence out there, then for you will be perceiving the world, even if it's your city, let's say, you will be perceiving the world as a dangerous place. So that's the factual truth, let's say, the facts that you are getting to see, and then you are projecting your reality from there. But there's also your more inner truth, I would say. It's like the most accurate truth is the one that comes from your soul, your spirit, your heart, how you want to call it. It's the one that is really directing you to the best way possible. It's always directing you to the options where you will have the highest benefit for yourself and for others. It's directing you always to the truth that is going to bring you the most happiness, and it's always directing you to do stuff that it's going to be for your growth, for your personal growth, where you'll be reaching new heights, developing your spirit, and having a better material experience as well, as a human being. So when you, rather than keep arguing with your mind on which truth you have to follow, you can try always to keep in balance. Is actually using both. Use your mind, your logic, your intelligence to come out with a positive idea, sort them out, and choose the ideas, the belief system that is going to help you to grow, to expand, and to move forward. And from there, you also empower them with your inner truth, that you are capable, that you feel empowered, that you are smart, that you have whatever is needed for you to reach your goals and to have the life that you want to have, the one that you want to create. So that's the ideal thing. But if you are having this fight, also try to connect more with your inner truth. Give your inner truth a higher importance, a high priority, because that one is the real life GPS, is the one that is getting to guide you from point A to point B, where you are now, where you want to go, and it's going to tell you the best way possible, the smooth way, the shorter way, the happier way, the joyful way, actually. So that's why it's important for you to understand that it's not that you are, incapable of making up your mind, or that you are always confused, or that you are like somehow disabled to find out that your way, or which way should I go, and it's always this dissonance between your truths. And it's important that you merge them as much as possible, and also that you address that you have this other inner truth, not only your ideas or the truth in your mind, let's say. Okay, so how are you gonna use this? How are you gonna use this truth, your own truth, to grow from it, to honor it? Because it's important, when we call or we talk about authenticity, it refers to being truthful to yourself. Because each of us, as I was saying, have a perspective of the world, of who we are, who others are. That's our truth. And our truth is, when we honor it, that's when we are being authentic. And it's so important, because that's your real contribution to this world. When you honor your life, whatever it has been, your life experiences, who you are, your gifts, your capabilities, your values, when you honor your passion, when you pursue it, then you are honoring your own truth. And that's the best thing that you can do for yourself, for your family members, your loved ones, and for others around you. Because that's the only contribution, the authentic contribution that only you can do to this whole world. So that's why it's so important that you connect with your inner truth, rather than only connecting with your ideas and your beliefs and what's going in your mind, in your head. That's important, for sure it will help you, but also if you connect with your inner truth, your soul, your heart, whatever, it's really moving you to do stuff in a passionate way, then you will be honoring the most important truth. So when you acknowledge that there's many truths, then you stop arguing. You make peace with the idea of having the need to convince others. You make peace with the idea of being good or right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. It's just your perspective and his perspective and their perspective. Ideally, we all meet in a perspective where it's of benefit for everybody. But if there's truths that bother you, if you keep arguing or trying to convince them otherwise from your point of view, then you're only spending your energy. Go do as you say and inspire from their actions. They actually talk louder than words. So I know it's important that we express our ideas, that we express our feelings. I'm not saying it's not important. Go do it, go express, try to share that, and ideally they will have a larger perspective, a bigger perspective of the topic that you are talking about. But don't waste your energy in having the objective of convincing someone of your point of view, because that's draining your energy. Once you talk about it, once you expose your point of view or your perspective, that's all you can really do about it, as it goes in talking about it or exposing the subject, right? When you go do as you say, and you live your words, and you live what you are saying it's possible, then others get to see that, and they get to really they get inspired by it, and they get to see that actually what you are saying, it works the way you say, or it happens what you say it's going to happen. Then when it's out there, then they will see, so she was talking about having this perspective in life, or going this way, or doing things in this other way, in a new way. And the way she did it, actually, I get to see that it's better, it's efficient, it's accurate. She did it in a smooth way. She looks happy, she is successful. You get to actually make them see by your actions that it's actually true, that it's possible. Sometimes people are reluctant to understand others' perspectives and ideas and truths because they are fearful. It's not that they don't want to understand you, or that they are reluctant to see your point consciously. It's just that the idea of accepting something new make them feel insecure, unsafe, distrust, fearful of what could happen if that would be real, right? So they stay there because that's where they feel safe, rather that they don't want to grow or that they don't want to move from there. It's just that they are protecting themselves, their belief system, their mind is making them stay still there, because there's where they will be, safe from any danger. So when you go do your action, your words, and you actually are doing as you say, and you are demonstrating, not demonstrating for I'm gonna demonstrate, just doing, and when you are doing, you are demonstrating something, and then is for others people to see, and they get inspired by your actions. So you get to stop the idea of arguing. There's no need to argue to convince anybody. You expose your truth, you hear others people's truth, and you can actually get a new truth from merging those truths, from merging those perspectives. There's a better conclusion, more expanded perspective of the subject that can happen. And also you can change your views. Maybe you are getting inspired by somebody's points of view that you never got to think about, and they are doing the same with yours. So it's expanding our truths, but you don't keep the idea of having the truth, the only truth, and that if it's not that, then everything will be, everybody will be against you, or that you are not safe, or that they are wrong, and then you are right, or the opposite, right? So you are taking care there of your energy. I'm always talking about learning how to take care of our energy, because it's important that we use it the best way possible. And this is one of them. When you are honoring your truth, your energy is high up. You are vibrating high. You are inspiring, even if you don't realize or you don't notice. Other people get to see when you are actually living your truth. Your authenticity shows. You are more, you shine, you're brighter, your soul, your everything is like woo, and you get, everybody will notice because you are being authentic to your inner truth. And from there also you are more open to and more receptive to others, and you are growing from those perspectives, rather than keep this attitude of defensiveness where if somebody is saying otherwise than your ideas, then you feel attacked, or you think everything is personal, and you are in conflict with everybody because you are always trying to demonstrate how you have the truth and your point is the one that is valid everywhere. So you are taking care of your energy that way. You can grow from it also, because you are honoring your truth, and when you are honoring your truth, you are setting yourself free. We are always talking about freedom, being free, doing as we want, but we are not really being free if we are going and we are hiding. Let's say we are hiding our own truth, our inner truth is stuck there, and I'm not really letting it out because I'm scared of what others will say, or that I will be, bullied for my way of thinking, or that I will be, left alone because I'm the only one thinking one way, or that it will cause conflict because it's something new out there. So when you honor your truth, you are growing from it because you are setting yourself free. If you are free, you feel more empowered, actually, because you don't have all these fears constraining your actions. You are not really fearful of what others are going to say or the consequences, or you know, the risk of something. It's not that you are going to just go without thinking, but because your truth, your inner truth is always positive, because it comes from light and love, then you can be at peace with yourself, that you feel that you are doing what you have to do, and if you do it in, you know, in a positive way, then you feel it too, and the others will notice. You will inspire, and then you are also saving time, because you won't spend 1 minute, 1 second trying to make others see your point of view, your truth, your perspective. There's no need. You now can see that you have your own truth based on your life experiences, your belief system, your knowledge, who you are, your characteristics, your traits. You have one perspective. If somebody else's has a different perspective, then you are respectful of that. You can share and grow from it, or you can inspire it when you get to live your own truth and you get to show others with your actions that what you're saying is actually efficient, practical, positive, or whatever you say it is. Right? So that's important, because you are also taking care of your energy. You are brightening from inside out and shining from inside out, and you get to enjoy life because you are not really paying attention to what others are really arguing about. You just go live your truth. You are authentic. You are bringing the most positive contribution to yourself and to your society, and ultimately to the world, because even if it's only one person doing the right thing, what feels right, it already has a positive impact in everybody's energy. And I applaud that if you are brave enough to acknowledge that your truth and accepting it and honoring is actually something really that it's important to you, and you are doing everything to go with it. That's very brave, and I applaud you, and I cheer you up to keep doing so, to keep being loyal to yourself, authentic with who you are, and truthful to your life experience, because there's no mistakes in life. If you are who you are, that's perfect, and that's the most loving contribution you can do for this world and for yourself, for your life. Okay, so I hope this makes sense to you guys. Truth, what it really is, and how you can focus on your own truth, your positive truth, the one that is actually bringing positive stuff to others. That's where you are gonna bring the most loving and bright input. Perfect. I hope you guys like this subject, and I'm gonna now draw a card for us to wrap up the subject. I wanna just okay. So it says, my capacity to tune in into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. So my capacity to tune in to the energy of love. So when you have the capacity to go to your inner truth, and your truth is always love and light and peace and the real truth, the most loving truth, then you have the words you need to speak up your truth, to be compassionate, to accept other people's truths, and to forgive when you need to forgive. And you also have the power you need to actually make things happen the way you get to see them. You feel empowered to go inspire, to go do as you say, and when your actions are taking place, you are setting an example. You are showing everybody that your way is actually a good way, a nice way, a practical way, an efficient way. Whatever it is that you are trying to bring into this world, once you connect with that inner truth, everything is like powerful out there when you go do it. So that's the subject for today, and I remind you now that you have for next time, when you have already downloaded the application, you will be able to open the application at 5 o'clock J'adore Montreal, you go to the application, you open it, you'll see the video there right away, and as soon as you hit play, you will be seeing me live. We can chat through the application. If you have any questions, if you have any input that you want to share, please do so. And I remind you also that you can find me in my Facebook page, Gaby Mesa Life Coach. And you can also contact me if you want to have coaching sessions, energy healing sessions. I can explain more about all the variety of therapies I offer and how it works. But you can contact me there and find more information about what I'm sharing to you. I will see you guys next Thursday. If you want to access other videos, you also have the archive in J'adore Montréal, the application. Just go to TV section and you'll find them there. Okay, so until next Thursday, have a nice weekend. Bye bye. I mean Tuesday.